Hello, everybody. The title of this book is Birds. This book is an informational book because it's going to give us information about birds. What is a bird? Birds are everywhere. You can see them in forests, deserts, seas, and cities. There are over 9,000 different types, but every one has wings, a beak, feathers, and feet. Feathers. Birds are the only animals that have feathers. Tail and wing feathers are stiff and strong, while body feathers are silky and soft. I'm going to point to the tail feather. Feet. All birds have scaly feet. They have 4 toes for perching or grabbing prey. Eagles have strong talons on their toes. See the bird's feet? And you see the talons? And it's perching on the branch. It's grabbing onto the branch, you see? Okay. Wings. Birds need wings and strong feathers in order to fly. The bald eagle has large, powerful wings that let it soar and dive fast to catch its prey. This is the bald eagle. And you see, these are the wing feathers. We talked about the tail feathers. We talked about the feet and the talons that the bald eagle has, the wing feathers. Now we're going to talk about the beak. Beak. Birds do not have teeth to bite or chew. Instead, they have beaks to grab whole food or to peck it into pieces. Every bird has the right shaped beak for the type of food it eats. Now we talked about some words. We talked about perching, and that's what birds do to grab onto things, onto prey or onto a branch. Perching is holding on to something with the feet. And we talked about prey. An animal that is eaten by other animals. That's what prey means. So that's the bald eagle. That's a picture of the bald eagle. The wing feathers. The tail feathers. We see the feet. And we see those sharp talons that this bald eagle has. And we see the beak. All right. Flying made easy. Birds are good at flying because their bodies are made for it. Their bones are hollow and light, and they have big muscles to beat their wings up and down. Light as a feather. A bird's skeleton weighs less than all of its feathers, so it can fly easily. Now, skeleton is a type of structure that protects organs. Like we have a skeleton, we have a skull, and that is the skeleton, the skull that protects our brain. We have the skeleton, part of the skeleton on our chest, our ribs that protect our heart, our lungs. So those are just examples, okay? Now, a bird's skeleton weighs less than all of its feathers, so it can fly easily. Safety first. These guillemots have found a safe place to nest high up on a cliff top. Flying means they can reach places like this, but their predators cannot. And that's a picture of a guillemot. It's in the family of seagull. You've probably heard of a seagull, and it's in that family. And you see they're high up in a cliff. And a lot of times cliffs are found in mountains. Mountains are way high up. Long distance flights. The Arctic tern is the champion long distance flyer. It flies almost 25,000 miles every year looking for food and places to nest. Fast food. There are so many more places to eat when you can fly. Grab some fruit from a treetop, catch some fish from the sea, or snatch a juicy insect right out of the air, as this bee eater has done. Okay, so we talked about long distance flying, and that's the picture of the Arctic tern. They fly over 25,000 miles every year looking for food and places to nest. That's the Arctic tern. And then we talked about the bee eater that snatches the insect, the juicy insect, right out of the air. And there's the bee eater, and I'm sure you can probably see that insect in its mouth. You see that? He caught it with its beak. Okay. And we talked about prey. And prey is an animal that is eaten by other animals. We also talked about predator, and that's when we talked about the guillemots, how they fly up really high into cliffs to get away from predators. So a predators are animals that hunt and eat other animals. Ways of flying. Every type of bird has a different way of flying, so they all have different shaped wings. Short wings are good for fast flapping, and long wings help with gliding. Up, and away! Taking off is very hard work. This dove has to jump up from the ground or from a perch and then start flapping hard in order to go higher and faster. As the dove moves forward, the air rushing under its wings helps hold it up, so it does not have to flap as hard. And this is the dove taking off, up, and away. Okay, hard work. Flapping around. Hummingbirds have short wings that can flap very fast, so they can hover in the air. See the beautiful hummingbird there? Right by the flower. They love nectar. And they have short wings. Their wings are shorter. Okay, shorter than the dove. Yeah, their wings are much shorter than the dove, so they have to flap really fast, and they can flap really fast. All right, hanging around. Vultures have long, broad wings that catch the air, so they can glide all day and hardly need to flap at all. You see the vulture? They have really long wings and they glide. Now, hovering is to stay in one place by beating the wings very fast, and that's what a hummingbird does. They hover around, and sometimes you see the little birds hover and they're like this. Even when you play like you're a bird, you go like this. But then if you play like you're a big bird, then you stick your arms all the way out and you glide. And that's what the vulture does. It glides. And gliding is to fly with wings out without flapping. So there are some pictures again of the hummingbird, you see, and the dove taking off, and there is the vulture gliding. Birds on the ground. Not all birds can fly. Some are too big. Some use their wings for swimming instead, and some can find food and safety without flying. Big bird. What do you think we're going to talk about? A big bird that doesn't fly. An ostrich can weigh more than a person. It is too heavy to fly, but it can run away from danger at speeds of 45 miles per hour. That's really fast. And there's the ostrich. You see the big bird there? Flying underwater. A penguin's wings are flat and stiff, so they are too small for flying, but they make perfect paddles for diving and swimming underwater. See the penguin? Look, no wings. Kiwis from New Zealand have no natural predators and feed on the ground, so there is no need to fly, and kiwis do not have wings at all. Now they have feathers, and the wings that they have they're not developed, so they just say they have no wings at all. And that's the kiwi from New Zealand. Hard-working feathers. Birds could not fly without feathers, but feathers do other jobs too. They keep birds warm, hide them from enemies, and help them communicate with their friends. Hiding in the summer. It is always hard for predators to find a ptarmigan in the summer because it has dark feathers to blend in with summer plants. A ptarmigan is a grouse. It's in the grouse family. I'm sorry, here we go. See the ptarmigan right there, and you see its dark feathers blending in? Okay. Signal feathers. Macaws have brightly colored feathers so that they can find each other among the thick leaves of treetops. See the beautiful macaw? All these birds are beautiful, but the macaw is so colorful. It's a type of parrot. You see? The macaw. Hiding in the winter. Remember we talked about that the feathers they have more jobs than just for flying. They keep birds warm, hide them from enemies, and help them communicate with their friends. So hiding in the winter. But in the winter, the ptarmigan stays hidden by growing white feathers to match the snow. That is so neat. That's awesome. There's the ptarmigan. Again, see, here's the ptarmigan in the summer, right? It had dark wings. In the winter, it grows white wings so it can blend in with the snow to hide from predators, from enemies. Pretty neat, huh? Pretty neat. Birds are awesome. Fantastic feet. The blue-footed booby. See the blue feet? The blue-footed booby. See those blue feet there? Birds' feet are made of 4 long toes and are covered in tough, scaly skin. Birds can do a lot more with their feet than just standing, walking, or running. They use them for climbing, gripping, swimming, and even for saying hello. Feet for swimming. Many water birds have webbed feet that act as paddles when swimming. The blue-footed booby also waves its brightly colored feet at its mate to say hello. You see, I'll show you the blue-footed booby's feet again, and you can count those toes. You see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Feet for killing. Birds of prey, like this white-tailed sea eagle, have long, sharp talons on each toe. These birds use their talons, not their hooked beaks, to stab and kill prey. You see? Wow, that's the foot of the sea eagle, but do you see the talons on each toe? Wow, sharp and strong. Right foot, left foot. Parrots use one foot to hold a nut while their strong beaks crack it open. They always use the same foot because every parrot is either right or left footed. See the parrot? All right. Remember what talons are. Talons are long, sharp, pointed claws, you see? And webbed feet. Feet with skin stretched between the toes like the blue-footed booby. You see? We counted the toes, and you see the webbed feet. See that? Stretched between the toes. Okay. Breathtaking beaks. A beak is like a bird's toolbox. Every bird has a beak that gives it the right tools to help it find its food and survive. Deep down dinners. Curlews eat creatures like worms and snails. Their beaks can reach deep into the mud and grab prey that other birds cannot get. But their delicate beaks are just as good at picking tiny creatures from the surface of the mud. Two tools in one beak. This is a curlew. A curlew is also another name is a sandpiper. Some people say curlew sandpiper, but it's a sandpiper. You see how long its beak is? So long. And remember, a beak is like a bird's toolbox. Fish hooks and showing off. Puffin beaks have little spines inside of them to hold on to slippery fish, and the bright colors send messages to other puffins. This is a puffin. Huge but not heavy. A toucan's bill is long and bright, but is also very light because it is hollow. Now, I want to tell you that a bill is just another word for beak, okay? There's the toucan right here. And hollow means that if we open this bill up, it would just be empty inside. That's hollow, means that it's just empty inside. Sometimes trees are hollow, and there are certain birds that we'll read about. Certain birds, they make their nest inside the hollow tree, so they'll fill it because the tree is empty inside, hollow. So that's what hollow is that it's empty inside. Okay? Tricky tweezers. Pine cones are tough to open. Only a crossbill's beak can do the job and then pick out the small, flat, juicy seeds from inside. This is a finch. Well, I read that I called it a crossbill, but it's also in the finch family, a small bird. And so we know that they like to crack open pine cones and get those seeds out. Okay. Super senses. Birds can use their senses: sight, hearing, touch, taste, and smell. So birds can use their senses: sight, hearing, touch, taste, and smell to find out about the world around them. But just like humans, their most important senses are sight and hearing. Invisible ears. An owl's ears are small holes hidden by feathers, but they are so good at hearing that an owl can find a tiny mouse in the dark just by using the sound around it. Now that's a very good ears. Owls have very good ears. Yeah. See the tiny mouse? And the owl can hear it. They can't see the mouse in the dark, but they can hear the mouse. That's how good an owl's ears are. Seeing rainbows. Birds see in color like we do. These lorikeets eat flowers, so color helps them find their food among the green leaves. See the beautiful lorikeets? They're so colorful, just like the flowers that they eat. I spy. Birds of prey, such as this kestrel, have eyes that can see 3 times better than humans' eyes. They can spot tiny prey on the ground while they are flying high up above. See the kestrel? Their eyes are 3 times better than a human's eyes. You see? They can see 3 times better. And a kestrel is in the falcon family. High-speed hunter. The peregrine falcon is the fastest and most deadly hunter on Earth. It can fly at up to 150 miles per hour, and its whole body is designed for speed and killing. See the peregrine falcon? Tools for the job. Peregrines have very sharp eyesight for spotting prey, dagger-like talons for grabbing prey, and a hooked beak for tearing flesh into bite-sized pieces. Stooping for speed. Peregrines' wings are pointed and narrow for fast flying, but for top speeds, they fold their wings and dive down in a stoop. Stooping is how peregrines catch almost all of their prey. They stoop on flying birds, hitting them with their talons at more than 99 miles per hour. Now, stooping is when a bird folds its wings and dives through the air. So, see, there's the peregrine, and it is a predator, and it preys on other birds. And as you see, it caught one. Finding love. When a male bird wants to find a mate, he shows off with a special display. Every type of bird has a different display. Some birds dance and some sing, but they all say the same thing: "I'm fantastic, be my mate." And that when they say mate, they're looking for, this male bird is looking for a wife, looking for a female bird to mate with. Talking toes. Male blue-footed boobies, which we talked about the blue-footed booby earlier. So male blue-footed boobies do not have brightly colored feathers, so they wave their blue feet at the female boobies until one waves back. You see? There's the blue-footed booby. Beautiful building. The male satin bowerbird builds a twig bower and decorates it with blue pebbles, shells, and flowers so that a female will notice him. He will even use human garbage as long as it is blue. Pretty neat. That's the satin bowerbird. And you see, it builds a twig bower. Dancing cranes. Male and female cranes get to know each other by dancing, flapping their wings, and bobbing their heads to the sounds of their own calls. And you see the bowerbird, how it has it makes sure that it has either blue pebbles, shells, blue flowers. It just wants to make sure that the female bowerbird notices them. And it makes like an arch. Do you see the arch there? Pretty neat. Okay. Building a home. Birds are amazing builders. They make nests of all sizes and shapes to keep their eggs and babies safe from bad weather and predators. So a nest is a bird's home. Stick mountain. Ospreys make their nest by piling sticks in a tree. The nest is too big and heavy to blow away and too high for any hungry predators to reach it. You see, there's the osprey's nest. The osprey's nest. Hang on, weaver birds use grass to weave a ball-shaped nest with one tiny entrance hole. The nest dangles from a twig, so the only way in is by flying. You see, that's the weaver bird's nest right there. And there's the little hole, it's very small. Tree houses, hoo-poos. Hoo-poos like hollow trees. They are secure and cozy and just need to be lined with grass and leaves to build a nest. Hollow means empty inside. So the hoo-poos use trees, hollow trees, to make their nest, and then they fill it with grass and leaves. See the hoo-poo? Pretty interesting bird, hoo-poo. Well, that's the end of this book, and this is a book of information titled Birds. Bye for now.